Hey guys, we're gonna do a quick little video over why bucks shed their antlers there. And we'll first start off with the hormonal change there, or the testosterone level is decreasing after that rut there. So to walk through that briefly is during the summer months on into the fall, early fall into the pre-rut to the rut, all of that testosterone is continuously increasing and increasing and increasing there. And that's why you see those bucks have so much energy and they just go throughout that running time period there on into the latter part of season, potentially when they're starting to look for those phase 2 or phase 3 does that are coming into estrus there. And the other aspects to keep in mind there, it's just going to be a natural injury there. So whether they were got hurt by jumping over a fence, or they had gotten into a fight with another buck, or something else happened, that's just another option for you guys to keep in mind in regards to why a buck may have shed early there. Nutritional stress and habitat stress are both pretty big on my list in regards to staying off of your pieces of property until you truly know that those bucks have shed, and you can go in there with pretty good confidence in regards to finding them. And then genetics is just the one that you just really can't do a whole lot with, so if those bucks, if their father or genetic line had shed early throughout their entire breeding, which is probably almost impossible, especially for a wild buck to find out. That's another thing. And then the buck to doe ratio there, we have planted a lot of Nixa hardware food plots there over the last couple of years, and have found over the last decade or so that there has just been on some of our piece of property have been just a tremendous amount of does. So we have been harvesting a bunch of them and getting that buck to doe ratio down from, I would say, between 25 to 30 does per one buck, to all the way down to about 2.5 to 3 does per buck there. I mean, that is a huge, substantial decrease, but we have seen more mature bucks stand on the piece of property utilizing it there. And we still have bucks, majority of them are still holding their antlers, and we're sitting here in the middle or late February. So just kind of give you, there's a large variety of aspects to consider why a buck will shed there, but I will walk you through the main, body components of how it works. So there's some specialized cells called, I believe they're osteoclast, and basically what it does is it breaks down, those cells will break down at the antler base, and I think that's probably what you're seeing right there, is just that bone or those cells in through there, and it breaks that down, and that's what causes those bucks to actually shed those antlers. And the good thing is those bucks, they continuously grow antlers every single year there, and they continuously get bigger for the most part. And I'll walk you through a couple of these. These are some little bitty sheds there we found. I believe this is my oldest daughter's very first shed there. And whether you get something like that or something like this, it's still a great quality time. And those girls, they absolutely love getting out there and shed hunting. But I'll kind of walk you through this. That first year with that fawn, it would have been born in late May on into the latter part of June, maybe even in July. So it would just have nubs. So a 1.5-year-old buck is probably going to have just your little spike or your little 3-point there. And then as you progress into that 2.5-year-old deer, something like that. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. It looks like that deer actually may have broken off for some reason through there, or it may have just been a deformed antler. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll just say that's a little 2.5-year-old deer going through there. And then as you get into your 3.5-year-old deer, the chances are they're going to be about this size for the most part of the regions there. And one instance there why you want to pick those sheds up early is those rodents such as squirrels, chipmunks, mice. They'll hammer those antlers there. They like that bone, and that's why you want to really watch and figure out when the good time is to get in there and shed hunt as fast as you possibly can. But I do find the majority of my antlers there in the months of March on into May. And you know, like I was saying earlier, we're sitting here almost in March, and we still have deer that have, I'm gonna say 90% of the bucks that we've got are still holding antlers there. So we're monitoring them as much as we possibly can by utilizing our cellular cameras. We absolutely love running black flash, the Tacticam reveals, and those work out very good. You know, whether that is over a food plot there, over some of our heavy rack deer feed where that's applicable, or just on a major trail system, we're always continuously monitoring and figuring out not only where those bucks are moving in and out of, but also, you know, have they shed, and then we can progress based off what we've determined is the best route to go. But if you don't have that, or if in addition to that, you know, there is nothing stopping you guys from getting out there and just glassing fields and scouting areas there. And you know, one of my very favorite things is jump in there in the evening time and just drive around, glass a field that I know had corn or soybeans, or has standing corn or soybeans there, or maybe even wheat would be another alternative, and just glass those fields. See if you see any of those bucks still holding, and then that way it kind of tells you, okay, well, you could probably go in there that, you know, those bucks have probably shed already, so it's probably safe to be able to get in there and find them. But those cellular cameras are just hard to beat in regards to figuring out when and where and not pressuring your deer there. So hopefully this helps you guys out in regards to why bucks shed and how that works, and then progression on into finding those antlers there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like always, hopefully you guys are getting out there in nature, and best luck in your upcoming hunt.